Zara 9 pressed her scaled fingers against the holographic display, zooming in on the edge of the galaxy's mapped territories. The star charts flickered with billions of catalog systems, trade routes pulsing like arteries across the cosmic void. But there, in Sector 7749, the data simply stopped. A perfectly spherical void in the information. No trade routes, no exploration markers, no colonization attempts. Just empty space, marked with a single designation: human territory navigation restricted. Professor Zara 9, her research assistant, a young Keith named Rix, approached with trembling antenna. The Galactic Cartography Institute has denied our survey request again. They say the budget doesn't allow for expansion in that direction. Zara 9's gill slits fluttered with frustration. In her 3 centuries as the galaxy's leading xenobiologist, she had catalogued over 40,000 species across 12,000 worlds. She had been the first to make peaceful contact with the crystalline Vorthan Empire and had mediated the great spore wars of the Andromeda Spiral. But this one sector remained completely off-limits. Budget, she muttered, her translator converting the word into something that sounded appropriately sarcastic in standard Galactic. They spend millions mapping dead rock systems, but won't fund a single probe into human space. Rix's eyes darkened to the worried purple of his species. Maybe we shouldn't push this, Professor. My grandfather served in the Galactic Navy during the incident. He said some things are better left alone. What incident? Zara 9 spun around so quickly that her research robes billowed. No one ever talks about any incident. That's exactly the problem. She pulled up her personal files, decades of research requests, all denied. Communication attempts with human vessels? Blocked by the Galactic Communications Authority. Requests for cultural exchange? Buried in bureaucratic red tape that stretched across 17 different departments. The galaxy had over 10,000 known sapient species. They traded, warred, loved, and explored together across countless worlds. But humans? They were ghosts. Mentioned in hushed whispers at academic conferences, then quickly dismissed. Computer, Zara 9 commanded, display all publicly available information on human civilization. The holographic display shimmered and produced a single sparse file. Species, Homo sapiens. Origin, Sol System, Sector 7749. Classification, restricted. Notable characteristics, see LASS-IFIED. Current status, see LASS-IFIED. Contact protocols, see LASSI-FIED. 27 words, Zara 9 said aloud. 27 words to describe an entire civilization in a galaxy where we have detailed cultural histories of species that communicate through interpretive dance. That night, Zara 9 couldn't sleep. Her apartment overlooked the bustling spaceport of Nexus Prime, where ships from hundreds of worlds came and went like glowing insects. But she noticed something she'd never paid attention to before. Certain docking bays were always empty. Certain flight paths were never used. The next morning, she called in a favor from an old friend in the Galactic Navy. Commander Thresh K was a battle-scarred reptilian who'd served in conflicts across 3 quadrants. His office was decorated with commendations and trophies from 100 worlds. But when Zara 9 asked about human space, his powerful shoulders actually trembled. Zara, he said, using her personal name, something he never did. You need to stop asking these questions. Why? What happened to them? Are they extinct? Did they achieve transcendence? Are they hostile? Thresh K was quiet for a long moment, staring at a star chart that notably avoided Sector 7749. Finally, he spoke in a voice barely above a whisper. They're still there. All of them. Every single human who ever lived. Zara 9 felt her gill slits freeze. What do you mean, every human who ever lived? I was part of the last contact mission 50 years ago. We found their homeworld, Earth. Beautiful place. Oceans, continents, weather patterns, exactly as described in the ancient files. His voice cracked, but the cities were full. Too full. Humans from every era of their history, walking side by side. Stone Age hunters talking to Space Age scientists. Medieval peasants sharing meals with digital era programmers. That's impossible. Time doesn't work that way. Time works, however, they want it to work now. Thresh K pulled up a classified file that made Zara 9's security clearance chime warnings. They found something, Zara. Something that let them break the rules. Death became optional. Time became negotiable. They brought back everyone who had ever died, ever lived, ever could have lived. The image showed Earth from orbit, but it was wrong. The planet seemed to flicker between different versions of itself. Ancient forests, superimposed over modern cities. Oceans that existed and didn't exist simultaneously. We tried to make contact, Thresh K continued. But they looked at us with pity. Like we were the primitives. They offered to fix us. To give us what they had found. To free us from linear existence. And the entire diplomatic team volunteered to stay. All 47 beings from 12 different species. They just opted out of normal reality. They're still there, on Earth, experiencing every possible version of their lives simultaneously. Zara 9 stared at the impossible images. So, the quarantine isn't to protect us from them. It's to protect us from ourselves. Because everyone who learns the truth wants what they have. And once you choose that path, you can never come back to this reality. You become something else. Something that our universe can't quite contain. The file closed with a final note. Under no circumstances should contact with human space be attempted. The safety of linear existence depends on maintaining this boundary. Zara 9 left Thresh K's office, with her mind reeling. Outside, she looked up at the star-filled sky and realized why the galaxy's map stopped at human space. Some discoveries were too dangerous to pursue, and some questions were too dangerous to answer. She deleted her research files that very night and never spoke of humans again.